Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Dedeker and Jace teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. So Jace, Dedeker, here we are. We're at the kind of end of another long week.
Oh, gosh.
Kind of. We're getting there.
You're telling me. Yeah, this is definitely my gateway ritual into the relaxation of a Friday, of the weekend, of just letting it all go behind me.
Beautiful. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, how was your week this week?
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one. Jace, you take it.
You know, I was having kind of a hard time these last few weeks. I've been a little bit stressed with work, but last night, Dedeker gave me a pep talk, and I've actually been feeling a lot better. I've been feeling a little more empowered to take charge of my schedule, and part of that today was not trying to cram so many things right up to the last second before we get ready for Drunk Bible Study. So I'm actually feeling a little more chill than normal at the start of an episode.
That's beautiful.
Well done.
Yeah.
Good job, Dedeker.
I am Tony Robbins.
That's good. Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Jace, it sounds like you need to give her a pep talk.
You're right. Needs to go back the other way now.
Yes.
No, I'm
exactly.
Tony Robbins. Who gives a pep talk to Tony Robbins?
I don't know.
Come
Apparently
on.
Jace does. So it's fine. Yeah, it's good. Love it. Alrighty. Well, before we get into what we were drinking, because I'm really interested to see what that really cool label is, Dedeker, let's talk about what happened last week. All that I remember is that God talked a lot about himself and how awesome he was through Through Isaiah.
Yes.
And that was basically it. And then also somebody's hand had God written on it, or Yahweh or something.
Yeah, it was about you should write Yahweh on your hand or tattoo it on your hand so that everyone knows that you belong.
It's like
Yahweh.
a promise ring, but it's a tattoo ring. It's a tattoo promise.
It's a tattoo promise ring.
A promise tattoo?
Correct.
Yes.
A promise tattoo. Because I doubt it's like a ring, like one of those, like the people who get married who have a ring tattooed on.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yeah. Not a
one
promise
of those people
ring,
who
but
do
like,
that.
yeah, those people out there who get married. No, yeah, some people are cool and they decide I'm going to tattoo a ring on as opposed to getting a ring.
Yeah, I did know some people who did that, who they just tattooed a little heart on their
that's cute.
on their ring finger. But I always wondered, I was like, when did you get that done though? Was that part of your ceremony? Was going to the tattoo shop to get it done? Was it after you had your ceremony? Was it before?
Did you bring a tattooist to the ceremony?
Live tattoo you in front of everybody?
Yeah, exactly.
Do
like, oh, that's
or did
cool.
you tattoo each other? Like you're putting the rings on each
Oh,
other?
that's romantic.
I don't think that's a good idea at all to
if you
tattoo
were both
each other.
Tattoo artists, I could see that.
That's the only
fun.
time when it's a good idea.
Yeah.
The only time. Yeah. Beautiful.
You could do it like the Amish, because the whole thing with the Amish, why they grow the beards, that when after you get married, is that, a ring you can just take off, but a beard you can't quite easily just take off.
You can cut it off.
Sure, but it's not like if you're leaving town for the weekend to go to like a horse and buggy convention that just take your beard off and then put it back on. It's a little,
Unless you're Santa Claus at the mall.
Right.
There you go. Yeah.
Unless you're Amish Santa Claus at the horse and buggy mall.
At the mall.
Yes. Perfect.
Amazing.
If you're out there and you're Amish and you're listening to this, we love you. It's fine. I love that you're listening to this somehow.
Yeah, it's great. Come join us in the live shows and tell us all about it. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Is Amish a religion or is it a way of life or both?
Kind of both. It's like it's like a sect, I guess. I don't know, a religious offshoot that involves.
But
and there's there's other
though.
flavors of the Pennsylvania Dutch, of like Mennonites. Like I grew up with a large Mennonite community close to where I lived out in the boonies. So
wow, that's cool.
There are also different flavors of Amish. Some people are a little bit more comfortable with technology. more so
Okay.
than others. So just
I
like
see.
any religion, there's
Exactly.
many varieties.
Yeah.
Lovely. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So please tell me, what are you drinking?
Yeah, Dedeker, show this beer.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's really not that exciting. This is a
Oh.
Belgian blonde. It's a Leffe.
It's pretty. I
Leffy.
like it.
Leafy.
It looks like
yeah.
a very, very old Belgian person created this beer.
It looks like a very old Belgian person. Yeah. To me, I'll be honest, it tastes like a very old Belgian person. I really like Belgian beers and trappy style beers specifically. So I picked this up as a little treat for myself.
But it's a light beer?
White-ish. It's a blonde.
Okay.
You
It's
know.
a blonde, yeah.
Not like a light,
Very
like
cool.
low calorie, but like a light color.
No, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I think of when
Okay.
I think of a light beer.
Got it.
Like, yeah, not really dark and malty.
Mhm.
Okay, what are you drinking, Jace?
So I'm getting a beer that Dedeker got me, and maybe this was part of the pep talk that she gave me yesterday.
Oh.
But it is called The Optimist.
Oh, that's great.
And I really am trying to be very optimistic to live up to this beer. So we'll see how that goes for this episode.
That looks like a beer that you'd get in Washington, D.C. It looks like there was a flag on the side. No, what is that?
This is a Fort George Brewing Company, which
Oh.
is the local one
Got
here.
it.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, cute. Love it.
What about you,
That's
Emily?
beautiful.
What kind of custom muddled aged something did you make today?
This is called the Rose Quartz. Here, let's.
This is your
hold
own
it up.
naming or somebody else's
No,
name?
it's my the restaurant that I work at. This is one of their drinks, but I like it very much. Yeah. So it has rose water and hibiscus tea. It's supposed to. I've had it sitting here for a second, but it's supposed to be like a gradient down, so it's much like lighter here, and then you put a floater of the hibiscus tea up here. I also added raspberries, which is fun, but it's just those two ingredients, and then also vodka and lemon and agave.
Do you drop a chunk of rose quartz directly into it so that you can
Yes.
drink up like the aura cleansing?
It's very important. Yes. Now, hopefully, you're getting some sort of, I don't know, fun charged quartz thing by drinking it. I doubt it, but
Can you make like a glass out of rose quartz or something? That would be cool.
It'd be heavy.
I don't know.
oh, I'm sure.
It'd be
I've seen like
heavy,
rose
yeah.
quartz coasters and things like that.
A big old
Yeah.
stein.
Rose
Yeah.
quartz is supposed to be good for like having in your bedroom for some romantic energy.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
it's a good drink for that too.
You used to have like a little pyramid that was rose quartz.
I still have it.
Does it bring you romantic energy?
I mean, you tell me.
Maybe you
I-
should
I
answer that
think so.
question.
Well, I would say yes, but I don't want all the credit to be taken by this little silly
Just
rose
shown.
quartz pyramid.
Amazing.
Wow.
Love it.
Okay. Are we ready to do this
Alrighty.
thing?
Yeah.
So ready.
I think we're ready.
Okay. Today, we're continuing on with everyone's favorite Deutero Isaiah. We're not quite yet to Trito, but sometime
We're
soon.
getting there.
Yeah. We're continuing on today with Isaiah chapters 47 and 49, 3 chapters today, and reading Psalm 18 at the end. If you want to read along with us, you can go to drunkbiblestudy.com/read. As we get started, we want to remind everyone to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us or you can listen while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time. And with that, Isaiah 47. Come down and sit in the dust, virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground without a throne, daughter of the Chaldeans. I think I
Chaldeans.
said that right. Oh, crap.
Every time.
Chaldeans. How many times have we seen that name, Dedeker?
Like at least 6 times.
A lot of
6?
times, yeah.
Many times,
6.
Emily.
Chaldeans. Chaldeans. Okay, I'll try to remember. For you shall no more be called tender and delicate. Ew, that sounds like they're gonna, I don't know, maybe like they're calling them little babies, little tender, delicate babies.
Little
I
tender,
was gonna
delicate
say that they
dirt
were gonna
babies.
eat them, but that doesn't sound good either. Take the millstones and grind meal. Remove your veil, strip off the train. Uncover your leg, pass through the rivers. What is happening?
Whoa, we're having a real wet t-shirt contest here.
Yeah, wait a minute. Why is this happening? What? Also, this is like a big shift. God was like, look at how awesome I am now. Virgin time.
Well, I think he's punishing them. I think that's I don't think this is actually supposed to be sexy.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I mean, who knows? Who knows
well,
why?
but I mean, let's be honest. Over the years, the, sex and sexiness and shaminess really live on the same coin, just kind of do different sides of it. It's,
I see.
The whole Madonna whore complex, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah. Got
okay.
it.
I guess Yahweh kind of started that here.
So it sounds like they have to take everything off and then walk through a river.
Yeah.
Am I getting that right? Okay.
Sure.
Here we go. Your nakedness shall be uncovered, yes. Your shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and will spare no man.
Yeah.
Or woman.
Or virgin.
Yeah, or virgin.
Or dirt baby.
Or dirt baby? Our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts, is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit you silent and get you into darkness, daughter of the Chaldeans. Chaldeans. Crap. It says CH. Chaldeans, like Calvin Klein. Calvin Kleindians, for you shall no more be called the mistress of kingdoms. This is interesting. They capitalized the, but not mistress of kingdoms.
The
Weird.
mistress of kingdoms.
Exactly. I was angry with my people. I profaned my inheritance and gave them into your hand. You did show them no mercy. On the aged have you very heavily laid your yoke. You said, I shall be mistress forever, so that you did not lay these things to your heart, neither did remember the latter end of it.
Okay. I think at first I thought he was talking to Israel, but I'm realizing now
He's talking to Babylon.
I guess it makes sense. He's talking to Babylon and the Chaldeans, kind of saying I turned my people over to you, but then you enslaved them. What gives?
Oh.
It's just kind of somewhat ironic.
Why would he do that, though?
That's what the Israelites did to everyone else that they conquered. So
got it.
What do you expect, Yahweh? What do you expect? Come on.
There you go. Yeah. Now, therefore, hear this, you who are given to pleasures, who sit securely, who say in your heart, I am, and there is none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to you in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. In their full measure shall they come to you, in their multitude of your sorceries, in the great abundance of your enchantments. So they're witches?
Always witches.
Cool.
Always witches, yeah. When in doubt.
Witches and wizards.
Witches. Yeah.
Neat. Okay. But also, yikes, how awful. So God's just going to kill all these women's children and
husbands
men
too. Yeah.
Husband people.
But leave them alive. So really.
But leave the women alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean.
Goodness.
Gosh. It's got to all be a metaphor, right?
It has to be.
Who knows?
I mean,
who knows?
Who knows?
Well, it's weird. It's like, okay, what is it? Do you have children and are you a widow or are you a virgin who's being made to work in the fields now?
That's a good point.
This metaphor has really gotten away from him. I think he's a little confused.
Isaiah's, maybe he's coming out of his trip and he's just kind of like, I'm just talking at this point. I'm just talking nonsense. Yeah. For you have trusted in your wickedness. You have said, none sees me, your wisdom and your knowledge. It has perverted you. And you have said in your heart, I am, and there is none else besides me. Therefore shall evil come on you. You shall not know the dawning of it, and mischief shall fall on you. You shall not be able to put it away, and desolation shall come on you suddenly, which you don't know. Stand now with your enchantments and with the multitude of your sorceries, which you have labored from your youth.
Yeah, that's wizards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If so be you shall be able to profit. If so be you may prevail. You are wearied in the multitude of your counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save you from the things that shall come on you.
I thought he was doing the Rainbow Connection there for a second.
Which part?
What's the Rainbow Connection?
What is the Rainbow Connection?
What is the... Or he's like, like the lovers.
Oh, the astrologers, stargazers, the monthly prognosticators.
Yeah, exactly.
And me.
I don't remember this. What is this from?
It's the
from
Rainbow
the Muppets.
Connection.
Kermit the Frog.
What is happening right now?
I was a Disney girl. I've said
Muppets
this
are Disney now.
now.
Disney bought the Muppets in like 1997 or something like that, when you were still a child.
Okay, well, I launched like
The Rainbow Connection. Do you really not know that song? Okay, in the bonus for
no,
listening
I think
to the Rainbow
I've
Connection.
heard it. I think I've heard it, but I don't know it verbatim. Like I don't know it word for word. It's like like that. I know like roughly how it goes
Do you
in
though?
a tune way.
I'm not convinced.
But I don't know like
I'm making a note for the bonus.
Oh.
We're going to talk about this more.
Yes, Danielle, we're doing a 4-part arrangement of Rainbow Connection. Okay, I get to be Kermit. I'll wear this shirt. Okay. No, maybe one of y'all should be. Who know better? All right, here we go. We're almost done with this chapter. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. It shall not be a coal to warm at, nor a fire to sit before. Thus shall the things be to you in which you have labored. Those who have trafficked with you from your youth shall wander everyone to his quarter. There shall be none to save you. Whoa.
Is that it?
That's it. That's
Wow.
it for the
Gosh.
first chapter
Yeah.
that we're reading today. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a quickie.
And I'm picking up this next one.
Yeah, you are.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Do it.
I have
Do
a chapter heading here from the message.
Ooh.
Oh.
Tested in the furnace of affliction.
Whew.
Yeah.
It's going to be
It's
rough.
heavy. It's heavy.
Okay.
Wow, Eugene.
Chapter 48. Hear you this, house of Jacob, who are called by the name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah, who swear by the name of Yahweh, and make mention of the God of Israel, but not in truth, nor in righteousness, in parentheses. For they call themselves of the holy city, and stay themselves on the God of Israel. Yahweh of hosts is his name. Close parentheses. I have declared the former things from of old. Yes, they went forth out of my mouth, and I shown them. Suddenly, I did them, and they happened.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Wait. Huh?
I have. I'm going to read it again.
Okay.
Okay.
This is verse 3. I have declared the former things from of old. Yes, they went forth out of my mouth, and I shown them. Suddenly, I did them, and they happened.
So you're saying like I did something and it happened.
Just like maybe like I say one word and it happens. I'm a high-powered stockbroker,
business executive.
Wall Street
yes.
man.
Yeah, or it's like
Wolf of Wall Street.
maybe it's the whole like I said I was going to punish you if you were bad boys and girls, and here you are. I did it.
Suddenly I did it. They
Yeah.
happened.
Suddenly.
Got it.
Suddenly I did it.
Because I knew that you are obstinate, and your neck is an iron sinew, and your brow brass. Therefore, I have declared it to you from of old. Before it came to pass, I showed it you, lest you should say, my idol has done them, and my engraved image, and my molten image has commanded them.
We know from last
He's
week what he
such
thinks
a
about
baby.
that.
I'm sorry.
I know. He's really such a baby.
You did this thing. I'm gonna kill you.
He just can't stand the idea of anybody else getting credit.
No,
Yeah,
God forbid.
literally.
Literally.
You have heard it. See all this, and you, will you not declare it? I have shown you new things from this time, even hidden things which you have not known. They are created now and not from of old, and before this day you didn't hear them, lest you should say, behold, I knew them. Yes,
Wait,
you didn't
sorry.
hear.
What are these things that he showed people that they didn't know about before?
What's Eugene got to say about this?
Okay, let's see here. You have all this evidence confirmed by your own eyes and ears. Shouldn't you be talking about it? And that was just the beginning. I have a lot more to tell you. Things you never knew existed. This isn't a variation on the same old thing. Seriously. This is new, like brand new, something you'd never guess or dream up. When you hear this, you won't be able to say, I knew that all along.
Whew.
Got it. Thanks, Eugene. Thank you, as always.
This feels like Yahweh stalling for time.
It's a little
He's just
bit,
like,
yeah.
wait, I gotta pull something
Gotta
out
pull
of a hat.
something. Yes.
Ooh, Ooh,
something
look at this,
exciting,
everyone.
shiny, new.
Really cool.
Just, I promise it's going to be
Aaron's
great.
rod.
Do you remember
Aaron's
that?
rod is something nobody has ever seen.
Do you remember that from, I forget what book that was, where Yahweh was like, just wait, I'm going to do something. It's going to be something, and it's going to be, wow, it's going to be great. I'm going to do something, though. And we were just like, are you just stalling for time, trying to come up with the thing you're going to do?
It's just been stalling for centuries at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you didn't hear. Yes, you didn't know. Yes, from of old your ear was not opened. For I knew that you did deal very treacherously, and was called a transgressor from the womb.
Oh,
Wow. That sucks.
That's bold. For my name's sake will I defer my anger, and for my praise will I refrain for you, that I not cut you off. Behold, I have refined you, but not as silver. I have chosen you in the furnace of affliction. For my own sake will I do it. For how should my name be profaned? And my glory I will not give to another. Yeah, we know, we get it.
yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Listen to me, O Jacob and Israel, my called. I am he, I am the first, I also am the last. Yes, my hand has laid the foundation of the earth, and my right hand has spread out the heavens. When I call to them, they stand up together. Assemble yourselves, all you, and hear. Who among them has declared these things? He whom Yahweh loves shall perform... Oh, dear. He whom Yahweh loves shall perform his pleasure on Babylon.
Yeah, you will.
Okay.
And,
wow.
and his arm shall be on the Chaldeans.
Wait, so I understand now a little bit more that like growing up as a young Christian person or just a Christian person like living your life, that if you ever read any part of the Bible, God's just constantly like, I am the first, the last, the everything. I exist and live over everyone, and all y'all are so beneath me. And then I guess you would start to believe it, right?
I mean, I don't think
Well,
that's...
especially if the...
In addition to all the other propaganda that you're getting, or I don't know if I should call it that.
Yeah,
but
especially if the adults around you are confirming that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think it probably comes more from that, because we didn't read Isaiah when I was a kid.
Not this
I mean, I
part
didn't.
anyway.
Slash,
Yeah.
you never read much of the Bible at all?
I mean, not in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
You know, you're presented with parts of the Bible, but like we've said before, they're all kind of like bits and pieces here and there.
Yeah.
Whatever's been kind of picked out of context, you know, all that sort of stuff.
The stories that everybody knows more, not this stuff.
Not this in-between stuff.
Yeah. This is interesting to me how that whole like being the first and the last, the Alpha and Omega thing
Alpha
is
and Omega,
like
yeah.
set up so much here that then later when we get that in the New Testament, it's like, oh, this is a callback. Whereas when you learn it in school, you know, Sunday school or whatever, it's more like that version in the New Testament is the one, where it's like, really, no, they're all doing callbacks constantly to the Old Testament. So that's what's been fun for me about reading some of this stuff and kind of going, oh,
cool.
yeah, okay, that's where that comes from. Or, oh, yeah, they've been saying this for a long time.
Do you both like know the New Testament much more? Like once we get there, you're going to be like, yeah, this, yeah, this, yeah, that.
The Gospels, yes.
I don't... Gospels, yes,
the rest
probably.
of the New
Okay,
Testament?
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John?
Yeah, correct. Yay.
Yay.
Good
What
job.
does she get?
What do I get? Give me something.
A drink, another drink. Also, quick note from the message here that this person who's going to be doing his pleasure on Babylon or whatever, this is Cyrus.
Oh, Cyrus the Great. The
Yeah,
Syrian
this is Cyrus. So
commander.
that man who I love or whatever,
name.
so the
That's
man that
cool.
Yahweh loves, whatever he said, that's Cyrus who we talked about last time.
Right, because we learned in the bonus that Cyrus, in conquering Babylon, reestablished the Israelites, essentially, or
Yeah,
freed
that
them,
kinda-
helped to liberate them.
Yeah, let them like have their culture back again and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Even I have spoken. Yes, I have called him. I have brought him, and he shall make his way prosperous. Come you near to me, hear you this. From the beginning I have not spoken in secret. From the time that it was, there I am. And now the Lord Yahweh has sent me and his spirit. Thus says Yahweh, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. I am Yahweh your God, who teaches you to profit, who leads you by the way that you should go.
Do
Oh.
we assume
that way.
that when it gets announced again, this is maybe like the beginning of a new prophecy from Isaiah?
Could be.
Because we kind of had that like lead up again of like, hey, this is the words of Yahweh. And then Yahweh's like, hey, it's me, Yahweh.
By the way, yeah, still me, just in case you forgot.
So wait, was Cyrus speaking there, or was he just mentioned?
He is mentioned.
Okay, but he's not the one talking.
No, Isaiah is the one talking / Yahweh.
Okay, always Isaiah / Yahweh. Okay, got it.
Oh, that you had listened to my commandments. Oi. Then had your peace been as a river, and your righteousness as the waves of the sea. Your seed also had been as the sand, and the offspring of your loins like the grains of it. His name would not be cut off nor destroyed from before me. Go you forth from Babylon, flee you from the Chaldeans, with a voice of singing, declare you, tell this, utter it even to the end of the earth. Say you, Yahweh has redeemed his servant Jacob.
I didn't know Jacob was on the outs.
Well,
they got conquered by the Babylonians.
So
yeah.
clearly
this is
on
all
the
in
outs.
that context, I think, here.
Got it. Okay.
They didn't thirst when he led them through the deserts. He caused the waters to flow out of the rock for them.
Yeah, we remember that.
He split the rock also, and the waters gushed out. There is no peace, says Yahweh, to the wicked. End of chapter.
Sad.
Wait, there is no peace, says Yahweh, to the wicked?
Yes.
Interesting.
Rest
That, like, there's going to be no peace for the wicked.
Yeah. And
Money
did he
don't
also
grow
say
on
money
trees.
don't grow on trees? Dang it, you beat me to it. Good job. Okay, wow. Before we go on to our last chapter and then a very long psalm for today, we're going to take a quick break to refill our drinks and talk about some ways that you can help support this show and keep it coming to y'all out there for free. Okay, here we go. Chapter 49. A light for the nations is what Eugene has to say about this.
A light for the nations?
A light for the nations.
Meaning God. Who could that be? Who do you think?
It's
definitely The Rock. For sure. He's rocking.
Okay. Listen, Isles, to me. Oh, the Islands Burger Bar is
Oh,
back.
it's back.
Oh.
Yay.
I learned that the closest one to us in Seattle is in like Sacramento.
It's like a 10-hour
And I was
drive
sad.
away. Yeah.
Well, y'all just have to come to LA and come to the many, many that are here.
Little Islands
Yeah.
Burger Bar tour, perhaps. What if we flew to LA
Vegan food there.
and saw Emily and just visited as many Islands Burger Bars as we possibly could?
What if we
And
tried
then
to work
some
out a
vegan
deal
places.
to like record live episodes at Islands Burger Bars?
Ooh, that's
Sure.
good. Emily, they have French fries. You'd be fine.
Yeah.
You just eat French fries at every single Islands
That's
Burger
my
Bar.
life. Just like eating all the French fries.
It'd be
I
great.
love French
You'd
fries.
eat all the French
I love
fries.
them.
You'd
It's
get
fine.
drunk on all the like overpriced tropical cocktails. It would be a fantastic time.
You know, they probably have like a chips and guac or something too. I'm sure there's some
Yeah,
options.
sure. Sounds good.
We'll have
Yeah.
to look at their menu and
Some
see
of that
what
like
we can do.
fake guac with like, the powder packet
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. It's funny because in my head, the image of us doing a live show at the Islands Burger Bar is literally just like we got a booth and some people pulled up chairs. We're just like there
Yeah,
with a
everyone's
little
like, and then
recorder.
it becomes a fire hazard, and the servers are like, "Excuse me, you really can't do this." And we're like, "Listen,
Right.
listen, this is very important.
You
Okay, this is for Jesus."
You can sub in a veggie burger to any of their burgers.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it vegan though? We gotta check on that because it
What
might have
is the
cheese or
veggie burger?
something.
Well, no, you can ask. You can ask to adjust it. Come on now, this is America.
But some veggie patties are not
No.
vegan. We will have to
Correct.
check.
Thank you.
We will have to
Yes.
check.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's fine. We'll
here
check.
we go.
We'll check.
Listen, Islands Burger Bar, to me, and listen, you peoples from afar. Yahweh has called me from the womb, from the bowels of my mother. Has
What?
he?
The bowels?
Yeah, it's a
That's
little
not where
gross.
babies are made.
Well, I mean, the womb's kind of generally in that region.
It's in the region,
The
but they are two
bowel
separate
region.
things, okay? They're two separate things.
From the bowels of my mother, he has made mention of my name, and he has made my mouth like a sharp sword. It's a horrifying image.
Sword mouth.
In the shadow of his hand has he hid me, and he has made me a polished shaft.
Okay.
Boy.
Okay. Alrighty.
In his
Polished,
quiver,
huh? Shiny,
a polished shaft.
reflective.
In his quiver has he kept me close, and he said to me, "You are my servant, Israel, in whom I will be glorified." But I said,
It's like the first BDSM relationship. Like, seriously.
Wow. But I said, "I have labored in vain. I have spent my strength for nothing and vanity.
Who's talking?
Yet surely the justice due to me is with Yahweh, and my recompense with my God."
Who?
I don't know who I is here. I guess Isaiah
Yeah.
or Israel. I don't know.
What's Eugene? Has Eugene clarified this at all?
Well, let's see
But
here.
Maybe.
Okay, Eugene
Sometimes.
says, "Listen, far-flung Islands Burger Bar. Pay attention, faraway people." It's weird that he got the Islands Burger Bar thing
I
too.
know, right? There's only so many ways to pick out a
To interpret
to
that,
open up
yeah.
a thesaurus to the
It's
entry
important.
for Islands Burger Bar, and
Yeah. It's
You
like,
know,
well, guess we got to keep
then
it.
you end up with like Archipelago Sandwich Pub.
Jeez.
You know what? I would go to an archipelago sandwich pub too.
That's going to be our chain restaurant that we open up
Yes,
next to every single
yes.
Islands Burger Bar after they kick us out very rudely for
And I
trying to
would-
record a podcast.
Yes, I will do beautiful cocktails not made of
Yes.
the
Oh,
like,
yeah.
crap that they have there.
Exactly, and there'll be actually vegan veggie patties at the what did I say? The Archipelago Sandwich
Yes,
Pub.
vegan, not vegetarian with
The
like
Archipelago
cheese and
Sandwich
crap.
Pub.
Okay, I
Yeah,
couldn't
we
write
should
that
probably
one down.
quickly get the domain archipelagosandwichpub.com.
It's okay. Yeah.
Real-
How many
Except that-
domains do you have just sitting in your pocket, Jace? How many?
The problem I have with so many of my domain ideas is that they involve some sort of difficult to spell word, like archipelago.
Archipelago? Yeah, I certainly don't know how to spell it. If you do, wow.
or what was it, like drunk transcendentalism study, or it's just all sorts of things.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like there's
yeah.
one hard word in all the domains. It's a real problem. Let's see. Eugene just says, "The moment I entered the world, he named me. He gave me speech that would cut and penetrate. He kept his hand on me to protect me. He made me his straight arrow." He had to emphasize he's still
Okay.
straight, though. "He made me his
Yeah,
straight arrow and hid me in his quiver." You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, we know.
I still don't know who I is, though. So who knows? "Now, says Yahweh, who formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him, and that Israel be gathered to him, for I am honorable in the eyes of Yahweh, and my God has become my strength."
I'm happy for
That
you,
was-
whoever you are.
That was in parentheses there, the little, "for I'm honorable." "Yes," he says, "it is too light a thing that you should be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give you for a light to the Gentiles, that you may be my salvation to the end of the earth." Okay, I have to check Eugene again, because this seems like something that's going to come back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, let's see. "That's not a big enough job for my servant, just to recover the tribes of Jacob. Come on. Me-
Wow.
Merely to round up the strays of Israel, I'm setting you up as a light for the nations." Title of the chapter.
Cute.
"So that my salvation becomes global." They didn't know about globes back then. Come on, Yahweh.
that's
The earth was
true,
flat,
huh?
or like
Yeah.
not even, they didn't even think
And
about
very
that
small,
stuff.
also.
Yeah, it was a very
Yeah,
small
it's a
world
little,
back then.
Little Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, little big planet. "Thus says Yahweh, the Redeemer of Israel and his Holy One, to him whom man despises, to him whom the nation abhors, to a servant of rulers, kings shall see and arise, princes, and they shall worship, because of Yahweh who is faithful, even the Holy One of Israel who has chosen you. Thus says Yahweh, in an acceptable time have I answered you." This is within
Okay.
parameters. This is
He's like, I didn't ghost you that long. Okay.
You know, I always, when I've taken a little too long to respond to an email, I always try to open up with like, "Oh, thank you for your patience in waiting for a response to this." But I think I'm going to open with, what was the phrase? What does Yahweh say?
I have responded to you in an acceptable amount of time. Got it? Cool.
okay. So, in an acceptable time have I answered you, and in a day of salvation have I helped you. And I will preserve you and give you for a covenant of the people to raise up the land, to make them inherit the desolate heritage, saying to those who are bound, go forth. To those who are in darkness, show yourselves. They shall feed in the ways, and on all bare heights shall be their pasture.
What?
They're going to pasture on cliffs, I guess.
Okay.
Oh. Bear. Not like...
Not rar.
Not like grr.
Yeah.
Grr.
Naked heights.
Yeah, like, I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2 now, and there was a bear.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, finally,
Jeez, Emily. Only took you 2
years. I know,
years.
Dedeker. I keep thinking about you the whole time I'm playing it, but I'm like, bear. There's a big old bear. They're so cute.
Okay.
I'm kind of dressed like I walked out of Red Dead Redemption today.
Oh, yeah, you are.
No, I love it.
Suspenders and kind of an old-timey shirt. I love it.
Love that game.
It's great.
They shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor the sun strike them. For he who has mercy on them will lead them. Even by springs of water will he guide them. I will make all my mountains a way, and my highways shall be exalted. Behold, these shall come from far, and behold, these from the north and from the west, and these from the lands of Sinim. Sing heavens. Synonym.
Synonym.
S-I-N-I-M. Synonym.
Okay.
Synonym.
I'm going to write that one down.
Okay.
Yeah, write that down.
Sing, heavens, and be joyful, earth. Break forth into singing, mountains.
We can do that. We can. Is that why you sing at church?
For what?
I mean, there are a lot of Bible verses about singing.
Because God said, sing.
Yes,
now.
definitely. Yes, singing is very much tied to
rejoice.
worship.
Got it.
Yeah, comes up a lot. Yes.
Cool.
For Yahweh has comforted his people and will have compassion.
I'm sorry, Jace. I'm sorry, Jace. Please, can you take that again? From the top, please.
Dedeker.
Okay, in this century. For Yahweh has comforted his people and will have compassion on his afflicted. But Zion said, Yahweh has forsaken me, and the Lord has forgotten me. Can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yes, these may forget.
Not with that attitude.
Yet I will not forget you.
Wait, did he? Hold on. Did he just go on to make the argument that...
I thought at first it was a rhetorical question, and then he's like, yes, these may forget, but I will not forget you.
What? What? God bless it.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, here we are. Behold, I have engraved you on the palm of my hands.
Oh, a reversal.
Who is this?
I think this is Yahweh, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he's like, I'm not going to forget you the way that moms forget their own babies that they're nursing all the freaking time, as you well know.
So I guess this is the deal here is that Yahweh, with us tattooing, it is like a promise ring, that Yahweh did it too.
Yeah.
And we both tattooed each other's names on our palms of our hands.
That's romantic. Jace, did you ever have a promise ring?
No, I never
Apparently
did.
Dedeker had many. Did you have many, Dedeker? I feel like
I
you
never
said you
had a promise ring. I signed those like promises, those like purity contracts.
I didn't know that was a thing until you told me.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But promise rings, it's a little unclear. For some people, a promise ring was something you would exchange with your boyfriend / girlfriend when you were like way too young to indicate
being like, we're not
gonna have sex. We totally intending to have sex as soon as we can legally marry, which is gonna be way too young. But we're not gonna have sex right now.
I will have sex with you once we're married. That's kind of what it is.
That's kind of what it is.
Or some people got promise rings from their
parents,
dad,
from their dads,
to indicate.
Ew, what?
Yeah, to indicate that
this is
I don't know.
We didn't have dads.
You just promise you're not gonna.
We're not
do
gonna
it.
do it.
It's like,
and I guess
ew, that's horrible. I'm sorry. Ew.
There were like quote unquote purity balls also, where like dads and daughters. There's a lot of weird incestuous like dads owning their daughter's virginity kind of culture within purity culture, within Christian culture. It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I hate everything about that. Every single thing.
Yeah, there is in like really hardcore purity culture. It is this very old fashioned thing of kind of like, as far as men in your life, until you're an adult, like anything you could possibly need from a man, you got to get from Jesus or you got to get from your dad until your dad hands you over to whoever your husband is going to be. And then you can get it from him. And Which falls in line with everything we've been reading in this book up to this point, right?
you.
Where men own their daughters. They're their property.
Yeah. And this
like
is
hashtag this is not feminism.
Well, no, but hashtag this is also not new.
Right. It's not new, but it is still...
Hashtag I guess this is still happening.
It is still going on. There's... And like that whole thing, and we'll even get to this in the New Testament too. This is not something that disappears in the New Testament either. We'll talk about it more then, but it is like very much still a thing going on today in a lot of religions and in a lot of specifically these like Judeo-Christian based religions. And it's not ideal. It's not great, that aspect of it.
No, it isn't.
Anyway, I never had a purity ring either with a boyfriend or with a dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So, behold, I have engraved you on the palm of my hands. Is that where I left off?
I think so.
Yeah, like a purity ring. That's how we got on this whole terrible tangent.
Yeah.
Your walls are continually before me. Your children make haste. Your destroyers and those who made you waste shall go forth from you. Lift up your eyes round about and see. All these gather themselves together and come to you. As I live, says Yahweh, you shall surely clothe you with them all as an ornament. Oh, gross.
What?
And gird yourself with them like a bride.
What?
What are we girding ourselves with?
All these gather themselves together and come to you, and you shall surely clothe you with them all as with an ornament, and gird yourself with them like a bride.
What are we talking about?
To me, it's just they're going to like kill all your oppressors and wear their skin. But I don't know if that's what he's saying.
What? What does Eugene say?
You're going to be a skin bride.
Ew.
Skin bride. That's good.
Ew.
That's good. What does Eugene say? Let's see here. The walls you're building are never out of my sight. Your builders are faster than your wreckers. The demolition crews are done for good. Look up, look around, look well. See them all gathering, coming to you? As sure as I am the living God, God's decree, you're going to put them on like so much jewelry. You're going to use them to dress up like a bride. I think it's still skin suits. That's still what I'm getting.
They're talking about people, though? They're like talking about people. This is like some
I don't know.
Silence of the Lambs shit.
No.
Wow.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
get through
this. For as for your waste and your desolate places and your land that has been destroyed, surely now shall you be too small for the inhabitants, and those who swallowed you up shall be far away. The children of your bereavement, it's a good band name, Children of Your Bereavement.
Yeah, it's good.
Shall yet say in your ears, the place is too small for me. Give place to me that I may dwell. Then shall you say in your heart, who has conceived these for me? Seeing I have been bereaved of my children, and am solitary, and exile, and wandering back and forth. And who has brought up these? Behold, I was left alone. These, where were they? Isaiah's really losing the plot here.
Yeah, I started spacing out
I don't know, man.
ages ago. Can we just push through
Yeah, I think we
to
just
the other side?
let it wash over us. Let it
Break
wash
on
over us
through
here.
to the other side.
Thus says the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will lift up my hands to the nations and set up my ensign to the peoples, and they shall bring your sons in their bosom, and your daughters shall be carried on their shoulders. Kings,
Okay, son's bosom, daughter's shoulders.
daughters' shoulders,
Great.
yes.
Got it.
Kings shall be your nursing fathers, and their queens your nursing mothers.
No, okay, hold on. Sorry. Nursing mother makes sense to me. What's a nursing father?
Maybe just, do we mean just parents of babies? Is that all we're getting at here?
Sure, let's call it that.
Eugene says, kings will be your babysitters.
Cute.
That's good.
That's
I
cute.
like that.
Got it.
Okay, so your nursing fathers means babysitters, apparently. And queens, your nursing mothers. They shall bow down to you with their faces to the earth and lick the dust of your feet.
Oh, gross.
Very
and kinky
kinky
also.
episode going on here, yeah. And you shall know that I am Yahweh, and those who wait for me shall not be disappointed.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captives be delivered? But thus says Yahweh, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I will contend with him who contends with you, and I will save your children. Oh, okay, great.
Oh, great. Lovely.
And I will save your children. He's like, real good guy, right? And then,
No.
I will feed those who oppress you with their own flesh.
Oofa
This
doof.
is Silence of the Lambs. This
Oofa
is Silence
doofa
of the
doof.
Lambs. And they shall be drunken with their own blood as with sweet wine, and all flesh shall know that I, Yahweh, am your Savior and your Redeemer, and the Mighty One of Jacob.
We never
That's the end of the chapter.
we never end a chapter on a high note.
But we did.
We never do. We never end a chapter being like, "Oh yeah, I feel good. I feel glad that I read that."
Once in a while.
Maybe once in a while. Most of the time, it's just like he really, just pitches that airplane way down into the ground of just the most intense, darkest, most threatening stuff. This was terrible.
I kind of love it though, because it's exciting, right? We had some extremes. We had some imagery. He's like, I'm going to save your children. Also, I'm going to feed your enemies their brains and make them drink their own blood.
Yeah.
Like, that's exciting, right?
Gosh. It's something, all right.
Also,
I don't know.
There is a musical
It's
of Silence of the
unfortunate.
Lambs, by the way.
Oh, really?
Just so y'all know out there, there is a musical version. You should
Is it
should look it up.
Good?
I think it was
it's
not
good.
not
Who
an
asked for
officially
that?
licensed thing.
Nobody
I think
asked for that.
I think it's a little bit of a comedy thing.
Got it.
But definitely look into that.
Whew.
It's wild.
We got a
Wow.
long old psalm to get through
yeah,
as a
I gotta
palate
do
cleanser.
this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A palate cleansing psalm.
Ooh, okay, here we go. Here we
Okay,
go.
you ready, Emily?
Okay. Yes, bring me in. Bring me in.
Okay.
Here we go.
And now it is time for Silly Psalms with DBS, the part of the show where DBS comes out and reads a psalm.
For the director of music, of David, the servant of the Lord. He sang to the Lord the words of this song when the Lord delivered him from the hand of all of his enemies and from the hand of Saul.
Oh, okay.
He said,
Hold
That was
on,
all
hold
just the
on.
title.
What?
That was just the title. Okay, so delivered him from the hand of Saul. So was this like one of the 2 billion times that Saul threw a spear at him and he escaped? Or was this
Probably.
when Saul was pooping and
Maybe
David got the upper hand?
I don't know.
I think it's funnier
We
for
don't
me to
know.
imagine that like David does his whole thing of creeping up on Saul when he's pooping and like cuts off the end
Yeah.
of his robe, and then he immediately bursts into this song. Let's just set that scene.
Maybe after
good.
he talks to Saul, after Saul was like, you didn't kill me.
Okay,
Wow.
and then immediately
Okay.
bursts into this song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
love that.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Here we go.
Psalm 18 is what we're reading right now.
Oh, thank you. 18. Yes. I love you, Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Woo!
My fortress and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my high tower. I call on Yahweh, who is worthy to be praised, and I am saved from my enemies. The cords of death surround me. The floods of ungodliness make me afraid. The cord of Sheol were around me. The snares of death came on me.
Now,
Yes.
Emily, if you could really sort of embody the energy of breaking out into song after cutting someone's robe while they're pooping.
I'm
If you could
trying
really
to
kinda-
I'm trying to be David, like this like really happy-go-lucky guy who's like talking about how
okay,
much
that's good.
he loves God.
She's also got to be able to sustain this energy for 50 verses.
We'll
so
see what happens,
Wow,
okay?
okay.
Give her a break, Jace.
Okay.
In my distress, I called on Yahweh and cried to my God. He heard my voice out of his temple. My cry before him came to his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations also of the mountains quaked and were shaken because he was angry. Smoke went out of his nostrils. Consuming fire came out of his mouth. He's a dragon. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also and came down. Thick darkness was under his feet. He rode on a cherub and flew. Like a
Wait,
little
Wait,
cherub.
he rode
What?
on a cherub and flew?
We've read this before.
Are you kidding me?
What?
We've read this
Have we?
before.
The whole thing?
Or very,
How?
very similar. I know this because I recorded a heavy metal song with these words
Oh.
when we read this back in whatever
Well, it must have been in
was.
Samuel.
Yeah.
It must have been in Samuel.
Wait a minute. Did they copy
That's
and paste
wild.
a lot of the Bible?
I-
Yes.
No, No? I mean, we've come across it a couple times now.
Because we're like, callback, take a drink. Yes, they do.
Yes.
Yeah, this is
repeating motifs.
David's Lament, I think, is the name of this when we heard it before. I don't know if it's all the same. It's not, like, the words don't seem exactly the same, but it's a lot of the same, like the whole riding on a cherub and the pavilions of darkness and stuff. Like, it's all
people in the chat are
familiar.
pointing out that, like, right before he died in Samuel, this song happened.
Whoa.
Okay, well, I'm going to finish it because... Yeah.
Okay. No.
Yeah, keep going, please.
Yes, he soared on the wings of the wind. He made darkness his hiding place, his pavilion around him, darkness of waters, thick clouds of the skies. At the brightness before him, his thick clouds passed, hailstones and coals of fire. Yahweh also thundered in the sky. The Most High uttered his voice, hailstones and coals of fire. He set out his arrows and scattered them. He rooted them with great lightning bolts.
Wow.
Then the channels of waters appeared. The foundations of the world were laid bare at your rebuke, Yahweh, at the blast of the breath of your nostrils. He sent from on high. He took me. He drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong
and
army.
Saul and his whole army are just sitting there, like, watching
like,
this. David's just
again
popping off.
He delivered me from my strong enemy, from those who hated me, for they were too mighty for me. They came on me in the day of my calamity, but Yahweh was my support. He brought me out also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. Yahweh has rewarded me.
True.
It's true, he loves you. Yahweh has rewarded me according to my righteousness. According to the cleanness of my hands, he has recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of Yahweh and have not wickedly departed from God. For all his ordinances were before me. I didn't put away his statutes from me. Statutes, not statues. I did put those away. I was also blameless with him. I kept myself from iniquity. Therefore,
David
loves himself.
Come on, David.
Also.
You were not blameless, David, though.
He thinks he was.
Did not put yourself away from iniquity.
Yeah.
Therefore, Yahweh has rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanliness of my hands and his eyesight. With the merciful, you will show yourself merciful. With the perfect man, aka me, you will show yourself perfect. With the pure, you will show yourself pure. With the crooked, you will show yourself shrewd. For you will save the afflicted people. But the arrogant eyes you will bring down. For you will light my lamp, Yahweh. My God will light up my darkness. For by you I advance through a troop. By my God, I leap over a wall.
Oh, wow. He's a real Olympian.
As for God, his way is perfect. Yahweh's word is tried. He is a shield to all those who take refuge in him. For who is God except Yahweh? Who is a rock besides our God? No one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no one.
The God who arms me with strength and makes my way perfect. He makes my feet like deer's feet.
I love that.
And sets me on high places. He teaches my hands to war, so that my arms bend a bow of bronze. You have also given me the shield of your salvation. Your right hand sustains me. I bet it does.
God, yes, I remember that line.
Your gentleness.
That sounds familiar.
Your gentleness has made me great. You have enlarged my steps under me. My feet have not slipped. I will pursue my enemies and overtake them. I won't turn away until they are consumed. I will strike them through so they will not be able to rise. They shall fall under my feet. For you have armed me with strength to battle. You have subdued under me those who rose up against me. You have also made my enemies turn their backs to me, that I might cut off those who hate me. They cried, but there was no one to save, even to Yahweh,
Wow.
but he didn't answer them. Then
I can see why Yahweh loves David so
Yeah.
much. He's just
Yeah.
like a little carbon copy.
Exactly. Then I beat them, small as the dust before the wind. I cast them out as the mire of the streets. You have delivered me from the strivings of the people. You have made me the head of the nations. That's true. A people whom I have not known shall serve me. As soon as they hear of me, they shall obey me. The foreigners shall submit themselves to me. The foreigners shall fade away and shall come trembling out of their strongholds. This is like some nationalism shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yahweh lives. Blessed be my rock.
Yes.
Exalted be the God of my salvation, even the God who executes vengeance from me and subdues peoples under me. He rescues me from my enemies. Yes, you lift me up above those who rise up against me. You deliver me from a violent man. Therefore, I will give thanks to you, Yahweh, among the nations, and will sing praises to your name. He gives great deliverance to his king and shows loving kindness to his anointed, to David, and to his offspring forevermore.
Wow.
That was a lot.
Wow.
That was epic.
A lot. You're welcome, everyone.
That's 50 verses. Well done.
Wow. Wow, Emily.
My favorite part was the writing on the cherub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
pretty
understand how Yahweh just wrangled. He lassoed a little baby cherub and hogtied him and then was like, fly!
He had to catch a wild one, you know.
I'm just saying, in Red Dead Redemption 2, I just lassoed my first person, so and then hogtied him.
Yeah.
So I think that's what Yahweh did.
So he just tossed him over his shoulder.
That's what Yahweh did.
Oh, boy. Yep. Well, we did learn before that cherubs are actually a much more terrifying thing than little babies, that they came to be later. So maybe at that point it was cool. It's still pretty funny to imagine him riding a little cherub baby, though.
A lot funnier.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
Yeah, maybe at the end of this episode, I'll play my David heavy metal song again.
I think
so
you should.
people can check that out if they missed
Good.
it last time.
I like that.
Since it's come back, who knew? Who knew that my effort would pay off and that song would come back again?
Well, always a callback. We always can expect a callback. All right, Dedeker.
Yeah, that's true.
Bring us home.
I'm taking us home. I am
Get us
taking
out
us
of here.
freaking home. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for Bible study today. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including ad-free episodes, early releases, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. Also, you can go to drunkbiblestudy.com/live to have more information about our live shows. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and then write us a nice review on iTunes, letting other people know what you like about it. You can join fellow listeners in the Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship Facebook group. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Biblecast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Jace Lindgren, Emily Matlack, and me, Dedeker Winston. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.
And the earth shook and trembled. The foundations of heaven quaked and were shaken. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils. Fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed to the heavens. Darkness was under his feet. He rode on a cherub and did fly. Yes, he was seen on the wings of the wind.